Okay, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You caught me maybe, sleeping on the job, right? No. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Johnson City, Tennessee. Here comes Trump. Trump will be visiting Johnson City, Tennessee. Marsha, is that her name? Marsha Blackburn is running for the Senate there against the former governor of Tennessee, the Democrat. And Trump, now why is he going to Johnson City, Tennessee? Maybe he's going to rile up. You see, if you get Nashville, which Nashville and Memphis, okay, very liberal. Memphis, I think, now understand how I say this, no disrespect. I think Memphis has the largest black population of any city in the United States, I think. So Memphis is pretty much out of play. Nashville, you know, a lot of liberals around Nashville, you wouldn't think so, might be out of play. So they need to reach a large rural vote count. Now, you would think, wait a minute, how do you say large and rural in the same sentence? Johnson City, Tennessee, they will hit Johnson City, they will hit Bristol, they will hit Kingsport, Johnson City, Bristol. They will hit that 81 corridor all the way down through Franklin, Tennessee, all the way to Knoxville. And that is probably the hope. Now, all of the state of Tennessee will cover this. The nation will cover this. They will see it everywhere in Clarksville, Tennessee, or is that where it is? Middle Tennessee. They'll see it everywhere. But if you pay attention, the NASCAR crowd, the pocket of voters through Johnson City, Kingsport, Bristol, all the way down to Knoxville and over to Franklin, Tennessee, is enormous. Blackburn, probably voters country, and that could be the tipping point for her. So the president's coming to Johnson City, Tennessee. Jason Chaffetz in town for stumping for Brian Kemp here in Georgia. All right, so we have that. Now, I thought this was interesting. The comment was made that we need to create a safe space, that there was a promise made. And the Democrats say we need to create a safe space for her to tell the truth. It just keeps getting, wild. Anyhow, safe space for her to tell the truth. They have determined, and this is Christine Blasey Ford, they want to limit the press. Okay? They want to limit the press. They want to pick what press can actually be there. Josh, I don't know what the system can do, and I don't know the archives of what possible pictures you can pull out, and if they're deleted on a daily basis. And I just thought of this. Can we go back, and I'm looking for the picture. I may not have it here. Looking for the picture that has all of the photographers sitting in the front of that table where, and in fact, I think I go all the way back to 920. I go all the way back. Find me a picture. Let me tell you what I want you to search on the internet. Find me a picture of Kavanaugh testifying, but with all the cameras in front of him. Just see if you can find one with him sitting there, and in front of him at the table is like 40, 50 photographers right under the table pointed up at him. If you can, just give me a thumbs up and point it there. I can't find it in my archives right now. I can't find it in the days. I went to 25, and I don't see it in 25, and I don't see it in. I don't see it here in 20, and it is a group. if you just Google on the internet, see if you can find any picture where there's a group of... Hey, I got it. Let's look. On the 23rd, on 9/23, that's what it would be picture number 20 on 9/23. And it says Supreme Battle on Meet the Press. So I sent this, I sent this to you Monday. Supreme Battle on Meet the Press. So if you can find it, let me know. If you can't, no problem. All right. So Josh has the picture. He's going to put it up. So you're reading where they want to create a safe space for her. Okay? And they want, they've requested yeah, there you go. Okay, now look at this picture here. All right? Now, these are all the senators, all right? Now, the senators bring their staff. And behind the senators, each senator has 4 or 5, it looks to be staff. They have people that whisper in their ear, don't say that. They have people that hand them information. As things are going on, they'll write notes, slip it over to the senator. They'll lay it down. They have pages there that they can give a note, go look this up for me. They run out of the room, go look stuff up, whatever it may be. So every senator that shows up tomorrow, let's say there's 21, well, there are 21 on the Judicial Committee, and let's say all of them have 3, okay? So 3, that would be 3 times 20 would be 60, 63, is that right? 60, whatever. So 63 people are standing behind all around the senators. The senators are there, and look in the front. I mean, trust me, that is just, the visual of that doesn't encompass everything. There's probably going to be 35, 40 cameras sitting in the front pointed straight up at Kavanaugh. So you don't see that. The table is right there. And that's from Kavanaugh, okay? Supreme Battle. Kavanaugh sitting right there with everything right in front of him. And he sit there for 4 days, 2 weeks ago, 4 days. Now this is before allegations erupted. He sit there and nobody offered him a safe zone. Right. Nobody said, he didn't say, well, I only want 3 cameras. I wonder if the gallery will be allowed an audience to where the protesters can stand up and yell. What, 75 or 80 in the 4 days? So this woman is determined we create her a safe zone. That's what we promised, okay? Dems will try to call witnesses. Watch and see. They will try to call witnesses tomorrow, okay? The process is not designed to get to the truth. They will need they will want a psychiatrist to study everything she says. They will call for it. We got to worry about Crazy Collins, Mikowski, Flaky Flake, and we got to worry about all of them, because the calls after tomorrow will be, we really need a psychiatrist to analyze. We need professionals to analyze the testimony. Watch and see. Now, if you notice, I've not gotten to the lady that, I haven't even touched on the lady that's going to ask the questions. Not even touched on it. And there's a reason I haven't yet, because the 11 white guys want this woman. She is a prosecutor out of Maricopa County, Arizona, and she prosecutes sexual assault crime. She is supposed to be able to determine, okay, whether she's supposed to be able to go through and determine whether there's enough evidence or enough circumstantial evidence to even bring a sexual assault case to a grand jury. Because right now, nothing would be admissible in court. Nothing. The hearsay, not admissible. Okay? Nothing that has been said or done would be admissible in court. They would not be allowed to bring it in. Period. I have a signed document that says we were at a restaurant 4 years ago and Christine Blasey Ford told me about the incident. Doesn't work. Hearsay. Hearsay. And why would you question this person? Why would you? They will want a psychiatric analysis of the testimony tomorrow to see if there could be, authenticity of supposedly the people that are going to corroborate. I told you earlier in the week, I think it was last week, but I do know I told you earlier in the week, they are working right then. I said Monday, today's Wednesday. I said it last week when it came out. They are working to find somebody to corroborate, not that was there, just to corroborate that she told them she was there. I said that a week ago. I mean, this is so easy to piece together, okay? So she wants a safe space, all right? Definitely wants a safe space. And let me go over a couple things here before, because what I want to do is I want to get to Huffington Post, GOP gives up the game. Bury Blasey in 24 hours. 24 hours. Vote. Some more headlines from the Huffington Post. Trump becomes a literal laughingstock. All right. Democrats have a shot at winning the Senate and blocking Trump's court picks. If they win the Senate, there will not be a 5-4 court. There will be a 5-4. All right. If the Senate takes control, right now there's a 5-4 court. If the Senate takes control here, the Democrats in 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and we know they're going to have control, they will shut down everything Trump does for the next 2 years. Everything. There will be no such things. If they win the Senate, they're blocking Trump's court picks, okay? We talked about Ted Cruz having to flee a restaurant. We've talked about that. And that's some of the things on the Huffington Post. Let me clear that off my screen. Talked about Kavanaugh's accusers. I want to clear that off my screen so we can get to some more stuff here. Now, I'll pull up some more pictures here that I want to show you before we leave today. I think we were at number 18, Josh, when we left, so let's go there. Some of the stuff from the, USA Today. She said she had been almost raped by someone who is now a federal judge. She told me she had been trapped in a room with 2 drunk guys and that she had escaped, ran away, and hid. Now, these are the accuser, Christine Blasey Ford's, recollection that she's conveying to somebody that was not at the party. We still have nobody at the party. We still have nobody that remembers the party. We still have absolutely no one there. But these letters are being sent in, okay? Kavanaugh's accuser, let's go to 19. Let's move on to 20. I think we read that. 21. This is what is on USA Today. And tomorrow, this is MSNBC, Kavanaugh accuser Christine Blasey Ford offers Senate 4 people who corroborate her assault claims. They can't corroborate. Can you, Josh, can you look up the definition of corroborate for me so I don't have to change the screen and read that to the audience? I just want to see what the definition of corroborate is and read it to the audience. You got it? Tell the audience the definition of that.
Corroborate. It's a verb meaning to confirm or give support to.
So they're using it in the term of giving support to or confirm, but they can't confirm the actual act. Okay? They can't confirm or support the actual act. They are misleading the American people with the headline. They can't, the alleged act, they cannot corroborate. They're corroborating her version of the story to someone else. Let's go through the rest of my pictures here so I'm done. Let's go to number 28. U.S. trade official, Canada running out of time. September U.S. deadline for NAFTA renegotiation is September 30th. Poor little Justin Trudeau. Trump snubbed him all week. Poor little Canadian. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, if you want to have your 300% and 400% or whatever tariffs on dairy products, and you want to hurt our friends in Wisconsin and the dairy states of this country, I'll tell you what, we'll just, at September 30th, we'll just sign the deal with Mexico and move on. So he has been shut out. Let's go to number 29. Number 29, House GOP to subpoena McCabe memos. They may detail explosive comments by Rosenstein about Trump. The House Freedom Caucus is asking Rosenstein to testify or resign, whichever one, or be fired. Let's see what I have left here before I wrap up. Let's go to number 33, the tweet that is driving the Democrats crazy right now. The Democrats are playing high-level con game, C-O-N con game, in their vicious effort to destroy a fine person. It is called the politics of destruction behind the scenes. The Dems are laughing. Pray for Brett Kavanaugh and his family. They are actually going crazy. Don't believe when they say Judicial Committee to vote on Friday. Grassley has, don't fall for that, folks. Grassley has scheduled a vote for Friday. Scheduled a vote. Period. By the Senate rules, on Tuesday, he had to schedule the vote for Friday for it to take place. He can cancel that vote on a minute's notice. Oh, by the way, the Republicans are in charge, and they could change the rules, but they don't seem to be changing them. Okay, and before I run out of time here, I don't want to forget, interesting, on a sexual assault note, let's see, go to number 30, Josh. Bill Cosby was sentenced, number 30 there. Bill Cosby gets 3 to 10 years in prison. Okay? Now, I'm not, and this is in Norristown, Pennsylvania, 3 to 10 years in prison. Bill Cosby for slipping a Mickey and having the ladies pass out and then whatever. You know, hey. Well, Bill Cosby is, I'm not making this up. They said it on the news this morning. I thought it was pretty interesting. His first meal in jail, there was vanilla Jell-O pudding on the list. Just saying. So, The cause is behind bars. Don't forget, in 3 minutes, instant replay, North Georgia's only sports show, instant replay. And Saturday, this coming Saturday, the Mountain Football League will be over here at Gilmer Park and Rec, and we will have all the games. We'll be broadcasting all 4 games live this Saturday. We'll be doing that instant replay here. You stay put, Dave Garner's instant replay. And let me go through some of the articles I pulled up so I can leave before I leave. Let's see, make sure I don't have anything forgotten here. Freedom Caucus calls for Rosenstein to testify or resign. That's a good article out this morning. I would recommend you go and not listen to the sound bites, and you go to read his speech to the UN. Trump said to everybody sitting out there in the world, we will start reviewing all of our financial aid in the world. Our money will go to our true friends and true supporters out there in the world, not just because. So you better make sure you sign on to our vision, the United States of America, a sovereign nation that is not interested in globalism. Okay, you better make sure you sign on if you're going to ask for our money. I would go read the entire speech, okay, instead of listening to the media and the one line, Madam President, Mr. Secretary General, world leaders, ambassadors, and distinguished guests. 1 year ago, I stood before you for the first time in this grand hall. I addressed the threats facing the world, and I presented a vision to achieve brighter future for all humanity. Okay? We reject the ideology of globalism and accept the doctrine of patriotism. So I ask you to go look at that. Now, before we leave, while the media is calling Trump the laughing stock of the world, making fun of him, okay? This is a guy that's not afraid to stand up in front of the world and say what he has to say for the American people. Last night, I hope you get a chance, go watch the interview with the South Korean president, Moon Jae-in, and go watch that with Brett Baer. And here are some quotes from that. He says, ever since my inauguration last May, that's the president of South Korea, I have had several summit meetings with President Trump, as well as more than 20 phone calls. I can tell you that I have become more than a friend with the President Trump. And between the two of us, there is absolutely perfect trust. When you think about what President Trump has accomplished in terms of North Korea's denuclearization, you just have to look at the changes that have been in place during the 9 months ever since last November. And if you compare that to what President Trump said during his speech at the UN General Assembly last year and what he'll be saying today, then you'll be able to distinguish the differences. He's more than a friend. He doesn't think the West Wing is chaotic. He doesn't think Trump has the mentality of a 5th or 6th grader. He does not think that Trump's bombastic. He thinks he's on target, he's more than a friend, and all credit, he says all credit to what's happening with North Korea at this time needs to go to President Donald Trump. But no, they won't tell you that. I'm your host, BKP. Tomorrow's Thursday morning. We will be back. It's time for Dave Garner Instant Replay right after these commercials. You have a nice day. Be careful, North Georgia and surrounding areas, as flash flood warnings are in place. Again, we'll be back tomorrow morning. Take us out of here, Josh.